The Venture X card from Capital One gives you more of what you love, like premium travel benefits and access to Taylor Swift tickets. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. Plus, get access to Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, presented by Capital One. Maybe I'll see you there. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It only happens once a year. JCPenney's Cyber Deals are back in store and at jcp.com. Through Wednesday, fill your cart with deals like Yes Please Diamonds and Gemstones, now $19.99 each. Or use your coupon inside the JCP app to save up to 50% on small appliances and cookware from top brands like Keurig, Cuisinart, Calphalon, and more. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 11/30. Exclusions apply. Jewelry excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Coming to you live from the It's Funny Studios, I'm Doug.
I'm Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast. Hey, welcome everybody. Here we are, the end of November. Officially, we're kicking off Christmas season.
That's right.
Jingle bells, deck the halls, all that fun stuff.
I like it.
Oh, how's everybody doing? Good?
Good.
Hanging in there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we each got a couple little things or one or two little things right off the top. And then we're going to talk about some gifts. It can be some Christmas gifts in segment one, but not specifically that. I mean, but some of them can be because we are in the Christmas season. So start looking for gifts. We're going to have some different episodes where we're going to talk about gifts, I think.
And we know what a good gift giver I am.
Greg is fantastic. So tune in and listen. He will give you all some great ideas. Then we got I think we're going to talk about what some of the most stupid or most expensive or most worthless thing you bought or something to that effect.
Yeah, nothing really particular. It just popped in my mind the other day thinking about what's some stupid thing or some things you bought that were maybe expensive and turned out they were stupid or you never used it or.
So does that list differ from the gift giving? From the first list?
Yes.
For Greg. Now, for the people receiving, maybe not.
Yes.
And then we're going to do
I asked Lori that, and she pulled out a list. And I was like...
Then we're going to do some... I got an article about a fast food place, and that I also had a couple experiences that I will share as well. That's
what?
We'll finish it up. I know. I know.
Greg with the what?
Because I am a glutton for punishment. So, anyway, that is where we are. So, how's everybody doing? We doing good?
All right.
Yeah, I think we're doing
all right.
good.
Well, I think we'll just kick right off then. I was at work and at lunchtime was trying to find someone in this little town, and they had this little park that was close to where I was at. So I pulled into the park and thought, well, I'll just drive through. They had a drive that kind of went through the whole park, and you could go through it. So I thought, well, I'm going to drive, and I started driving through, and I got to noticing that on the drive that you could hike it. So they had like a hiking trail, a bike trail, and a walking trail and stuff. Along these trails, they had these things. I'm like, what is that? It was exercise equipment on the hiking trail. So like if you want to go on a hike and exercise.
Get a workout in while you're hiking.
Because you're a nut job? No.
That's what
I'm not getting enough exercise just walking and running.
What's that squat machine over there?
Which is fine. They had some things where you could like do pull-ups and different things and sit-ups. Okay, that's all fine.
I feel like it's like something I need to start doing. Like, look, you're out here walking. Come on, you call that exercise?
Yeah, step it up.
Yeah,
I'll just my body would probably be happy if I just walked. It's like, let's not throw a bunch of stuff at it. Let's just walk. But one of the things they had out there was this device. It was kind of like cross-country skiing or like a treadmill type thing. I'm like, well, you're already walking. Do I need this piece of equipment on the walking trail? This simulates you walking. I am walking. I don't need this piece of equipment to simulate walking.
Oh, no. You jump off of your walk onto this machine.
The next one's a stationary bike. Well, I biked out here. I biked out to the park, then to get on the stationary bike and park at the park and bike. Yeah. So I didn't quite understand that.
I've seen that park, and it's very odd.
Yeah,
why they have this equipment out there.
Like I said, I've seen other ones where they'll have like pull-ups or sit-up machines and
Yes,
things like that.
I kind of get that. You're walking, you can get a few
crazy
crunches
fitness
in.
people that just show up. Look at me. Am I jealous? Maybe.
It seems weird that it's not like Muscle Beach or something. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, this is the woods.
middle of Illinois. Redneck USA.
Off the side of the cornfield.
Yeah.
The deer are looking at you like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the other thing I have is they put up a new automatic car wash in town, and it was opened up the other day, so we went through it, and it ended up being free. I didn't even know it at the time. I put my
Car wash was free?
yeah.
Wow.
So I punched it in. Had I known that, I would have went for the expensive one. I didn't. And it get done, and it said, "Please pull forward and enjoy the complimentary car wash." I'm like, "Oh wow!" So it's the automated one. You pull up, and there's a couple guys. They scrub the windows, and and then you put it in neutral, and it drives you through. And
Yeah.
they have all
Crashes
this stuff.
you into another car.
No, it didn't me that day. But you go through the car wash part, and then they blow dry it. They also have chamois
Yeah.
that are like the rotating the wash, but these are chamois that
Drying
will
it
dry
off.
your car.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the end, a lot of times they'll have a sign there, and it'll say "go," and it'll blink or whatever,
Right.
And you're ready to go. Well, this one had a sign there, and it had "relax, drying in progress" was at the top,
Relax.
so it would blink, and then underneath there,
We'll wake you when it's done.
yes, underneath
Relax,
there
calm
was
down.
the "go" sign, and it would light up, and then under that one it said "looking good, sexy," and that one didn't light up for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't get that one.
I'm being sexually harassed by the car wash. This is inappropriate car wash.
Then some gal's behind him in the next car and it lights up.
Maybe that one lights up when you hit the squat rack or whatever in the.
Well, I
on
don't
the
think it
trail.
wants to see me squatting. It ain't gonna light up then. But I found that very amusing. It's like, oh, good looking, sexy. Yeah, and you can see in the picture, it is not lit up. I was disappointed.
Yeah, I wonder what you
feel
got to
like
do to get that one to light up.
I don't know. I feel like I'm owed something. I should get the light, the thumbs up.
Well, look, if you want my compliment, you got to pay for the car wash.
That's right. Maybe that's.
Oh,
the
maybe
case.
that was it. Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
options at the beginning.
Yeah. Would you like the sexy car wash? No. Then I didn't get it.
The dirty talk car wash. You
want
clean
the-
your car.
You want the ultra
You
clean?
won't come out
The
clean.
car will be the only thing clean. All right. That's all.
Well, I picture is like you got the standard wash, the ultra clean, the rain guard, the wax with the water, sexy.
What?
That's an extra $1, please.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's all I had.
All right. Well, I think
turn?
Mike had
All right.
something.
So we're coming off of Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody had a nice Thanksgiving there. One of the things I saw at our local market, novelty butter. Not sure if I've seen this or not before.
Well, if you
Did
didn't
like a
use this,
fair when it was a giant something, but
When it's carved, and people do that. But
just to buy.
and
so
if you didn't use this for Thanksgiving, you probably could use it for Christmas.
no, this is a one. You get like one day a year to use this.
The Christmas is an elf. You know what?
Yeah.
You should explain it.
Yeah,
first.
yeah. so,
no one is getting any of this.
It's a box. Well, you get a. I can't tell how big it is either. It kind of throws it off, but it's
3 ounces. It says.
It's a stick, or it's butter in the shape of a turkey. So if you're not inundated with enough turkey and turkey symbols and whatever on Thanksgiving, well, now you can have turkey shaped butter.
It says it's a
Along with
special
that.
treat for your holiday table.
Yes.
Come on, kids! I'm going to get the turkey butter out.
Ooh, cut off the head! Cut off the head!
So that's why I say at Christmas time it's the elf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like a leg, please.
I want to grab the elf and just start rubbing him all over my ear of corn.
Great. Just right in the elf's face in it.
What are you doing? I'm just buttering my corn. That's what you're calling it now. No, it's a butter elf.
Oh my gosh! So everything is so
He
kitschy.
would get this sexy on the light at the car wash.
That's right.
The butter elf.
So
Butter claws.
Butter claw.
yeah, butter shaped turkey, or wait, no, turkey shaped butter. There we go. I said that backwards. I said it backwards.
Butter-shaped turkey. I got turkey that come in big square logs. You unwrap it. 4 in a box. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
One log was dark meat. One,
I would like that. It's convenient.
yeah.
I open the box up. Just get the dark meat tube out. That's all I want.
Oh my gosh.
Coming next year.
Might have stumbled onto something.
Butter-shaped turkey.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Followed by, I can't believe it's not butter-shaped turkey.
How do you cook your butter-shaped turkey?
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
The fireplace.
Oh,
You have to
jeez.
deep fry, I
Yeah.
would think.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all.
Is that all you got?
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, I got a couple things here. I have an update. A couple weeks ago, we talked about our town of Morton is having their first annual Christmas parade.
Yes.
And we discovered that it's 2 blocks long.
Yes, it is. It's huge.
It's
And no politicians, right?
no politicians.
No politicians.
There was no tumbling. You
Big
can't
inflatable
tumble.
balloons, I'm assuming.
And it's a 2 block,
Underdog.
no semis, it said.
Oh, that's
You
right.
know,
No semis.
2 block long parade, no semis. Well, Lori was talking to one of the coordinators of the parade this week, and they said, and as the time of recording this, it hasn't happened yet, but they said they couldn't get the local police on board to oversee it. So there's going to be no traffic control or anything. So they're going to go down Main
What?
Street and part of Jefferson Street, which is a busy street, and back up First with no traffic control by the local police force.
Yeah, so they're not closing the road. The police, I don't know how you have a parade where the local, municipality does not close the road.
They're doing it.
I don't know if we bring it out and it's just like when you're kids, all of a sudden they car, then everybody pulls over. Get all the car goes by. Okay,
Yeah.
get the parade back out.
I picture pandemonium.
Poor grandma and grandpa, they're stuck. What happened? I don't know. I'm in a parade. Turn, Harold, I can't. I don't know what's happening.
Well, at that point, you're part of the parade. That's crazy.
Start throwing candy out the window.
I think whatever costume I've got might have a flashing red and blue light on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that ought to prove out to be interesting. Plus, I saw that I think at the same time we talked about this, we talked about Morton was having their first ice skating rink set up at the Dairy Queen downtown. I saw it today. They started setting it up. It's not very big. I think if you get more than like 10 people on it,
Well, if you only got a 2-block parade, they're keeping in theme with the tiny Christmas.
Yeah.
it's a Morton tiny Christmas.
That's why I said, have yourself a merry little Christmas.
It is a little one.
That's the whole theme of the Christmas here in Morton this year. A merry little Christmas.
I mean, in the past, you know how communities have the community Christmas tree lighting ceremony and stuff?
Sure.
Morton's has always been underwhelming with that as well. It's like they planted this tree by Memorial Park, but it's like back outside of the park, right next to the restrooms, and they've got this evergreen there, and they kind of decorate it, and then everybody stands around it, and it's like somebody plugs in, it's like, yay, and then everybody goes home.
I think the problem is Morton blows 97% of their annual budget on the pumpkin festival. So they don't really have any budget for anything. No holidays, no nothing else. Like, look, we don't have anything left. There's nothing
We
left.
did the pumpkin festival. They do that right.
They
you
do
know?
that big. That's a big deal.
I was going to try to start a trend and go set my chairs up for the Christmas parade like
You
3
only set
weeks
like
early.
4 of them, and that's it.
Yeah.
So this should prove to be interesting. Hopefully I'll have some good updates from the first annual Morton 2-block Christmas parade.
Why are you calling it the first? I know it's not you that calling it that.
Yeah, it's either the
first-
annual or the first.
Or an inaugural, right?
Sure.
The first
I would
annual?
buy that. No, this is the first annual.
Anyway.
Might be the last. We don't know.
It's very possible. The way it's shaping up. You never
There
know.
could be
Oh.
an, quote, incident. We don't know.
We hope
They're
there's
not
no-
stopping traffic. People are going to be going through.
Well, I think that's kind of the position the cops took too. They were like, "Well, we'll see if it goes over well, and we may help you out next year." So
How
if
will it
people
go over well
die,
if you don't stop traffic? How will I have a parade if they don't stop traffic?
Because the police are so occupied in Morton as it is.
well, they're very
too.
busy.
Is Barney Fife in charge of this? What is happening?
No one's in charge.
No one.
The lady
Pandemonium.
literally, said, "Well, I'm going to go stand on one corner, and this other lady's going to stand on the other corner." It's like,
are you going to stop for just some random woman to comes out? Like, you got to stop? Like, no. What do you mean I got to stop?
Oh my gosh!
We're the Christmas parade police. Okay.
It's like a hall monitor sash. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Maybe they could get the school crossing guard to, just stay on shift later that day.
Somebody.
Come on down.
You got to have
corner.
somebody.
I can't believe they
Yeah, police said no.
and it's on Friday, right? Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday? And it's right. It's through
It's
the middle
Main
of town.
Street.
It's literally through the middle of town.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to go up to watch for sure.
We need to do a live shoot from there.
We might.
Here we are.
Oh, look at that guy.
Oh, he's not part of the. Oh, there he is. He's waving. Oh no,
Yeah.
he's flipping us the bird. Oh,
That's just Harold.
he
again.
is not happy.
Harold's just stuck.
Yeah, he's not waving at all.
I thought it was Santa Claus, but no, he is not.
So the other thing I've got is Mike and I had the pleasure of going to see my daughter / his wife at the presentation of the Handel's Messiah Christmas.
Hallelujah.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Okay.
A lot of male vocalists going, oh, a lot of that,
I mean, you're not wrong.
For those that didn't get, you should have seen Greg's whole face just shaking and vibrating back and forth. You missed something without the visual, but
You
yes.
need the visual.
But again, he's not wrong. I'd like to point that out.
Yes, I am very right on that. But they did a very nice job. It was a good concert, and they did a very good
As
job.
far as people going, it was fantastic. One of the best ones I've seen. It really was. It was right up there.
That was just a small part of it.
Oh. There was some.
No, there was definitely that too.
There was a lot of those. A plethora, a wide variety of
Yes.
different noises.
And there was an organist, and I think there was some tracked organ.
Tracked. He was tracked. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want
But-
to give him too much credit.
But it was interesting to watch the conductor, I thought, too.
Yeah, I think
It's
we had the same
he just-
observation.
When you watch conductors of these big things and watch their movements of their hands, are they really doing this in time to the music? It's like little flicks of the wrist and he's got his baton. It's like tick, tick, tick. And this guy's over here, and it was just weird.
If they all have, that's always been a gripe. If they all have the sheet music anyway, and you're reading it, is the conductor doing anything really? Are you kind of looking at going along with the sheet music? That you don't need this guy if he screws up. Are you not gonna follow along with the music?
I actually saw one move he made where I think it's where the horns were supposed to carry something. He went like that, like he was giving a gut punch to somebody. It's like took his fist, balled it up, and it was like he came from underneath and boom. It was a big. I think it's supposed to be a big moment or something.
Did they
but
really go?
They didn't.
Oh,
It was so it was a little
Underwhelming.
anticlimactic with that,
And part of what I noticed about him too is it just looked like he was like flicking away some peasant or something most of the time. He was like conducting down, like up.
me.
It's like, shoo,
Yeah.
be gone.
Flick.
like flicking away something.
Yeah,
It's
with
like-
his little baton, flick, flick.
I was just kind of lost watching, but I couldn't stop watching it either at the same time.
Yeah, there's something
kinda
about it.
mesmerized.
Maybe that's why he's there. Because you got to watch. It's like his motions and things.
Yes.
But then I got thinking as we were watching that, I was thinking about the conductor. What happened to conductors? Because you had conductors for all these big choirs, orchestras, big band. They had conductors.
Leopold.
Yeah. But you'd have Benny Goodman. He'd be conducting his orchestra. Or you'd have these different ones. But once rock music hit, we lost the conductor. Why didn't we have conductors for like the rock bands? Like, couldn't you see Kiss? The guy's got makeup on and stuff, but he's conducting them as they perform.
Holding his hand up there.
I want to rock and roll. And he's just,
Takes his baton and really starts flicking it out. And that's for Gene Simmons to spit blood out and stick his tongue. Oh man, that was fantastic. You see him just orchestrate that with his baton?
Yeah. He just
Probably because they would
Flick,
take
flick,
his baton
flick.
and do something obscene with it.
burn it. And
Well, you probably want to burn it when they were done. Oh, Gene, stop it! Give me my baton. He's riding it like a horse. It's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, in the 80s, the conductors had on like a one-piece leotard, had their chest hair showing and stuff.
The
flick,
unitard.
flick. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I mean, yeah, they would have had to have the hair too, you know. So
Yeah.
they probably,
Head
probably getting
banging
into it.
conductor.
It probably would have been fun to watch.
It would be. But I wondered why, conductors didn't cross over into the
I think you should just start
rock
that
or
up.
pop music. You have a pop music conductor.
Rap. Yeah, it'd be a little more difficult maybe, but
Yeah. So
Never know.
I don't know. It's so weird things that go through my mind when I'm sitting there watching a 2-hour-long concert. So, all right. Well, I think that's all I had then.
all right. Well, let's move right in. I've got an article from the Mirror. So over in the UK,
The Mirror?
the Mirror. It says a woman, I found a ring looking for socks. I feel awful. I've ruined the surprise.
She did.
So I'm going to go into this. We'll talk about it, and then we'll see if you've ever ruined a surprise or a gift before. So it says a woman was left feeling guilty after she accidentally found the engagement ring her boyfriend had been hiding from her, but she didn't know whether to confess or act shocked when he proposed. Says a woman was torn after she was looking for a pair of plain black socks in her partner's sock drawer, but got more than she bargained for. When she was rooting, she found an engagement ring and was in complete shock, but didn't know whether to own up to what she'd found or just act shocked when he decided to pop the question. So she took to Mumsnet, which is some, I don't know.
Where one naturally goes.
Well, probably in the UK. I don't know.
Yeah.
To say the proposal would have been a complete surprise had she not found the ring, and she felt like she'd accidentally ruined it for both of them, but others reassured her that it was fine. She confessed, I feel so bad. I was looking for a pair of plain black socks in my partner's sock drawer. I prefer his. And found an engagement ring there. I was in complete shock. My sister called me about 2 minutes after, and I told her my discovery, and she knew all about it, as she has helped him pick it and plan it, etc. I feel so bad. I love surprises and now feel I've ruined it for both of us. I wouldn't have expected it at all, so it would have been a complete surprise. I'm not going to tell my partner I know, but I can't help but feel awful now. I'm worried my reaction when the time comes will give it away and ruin his moment for him. Has anyone else ever done this? So that's it, and then it gets into some people giving her some different advice. So I just wanted to, so what are your thoughts on this? I got thoughts.
At
but
first, I was
do it.
curious why she was rooting through his sock drawer.
That was an initial question.
Yeah, but I mean, she has no black socks of her own. Said she prefers his.
Yeah, I feel like, sweatshirts or whatever. I've seen my wife,
Yeah.
take of mine or a T-shirt or something. But
Not your
socks?
socks.
Because
That's
usually,
different, I suppose.
like, my feet are bigger than my wife's socks, than my wife's feet, so she doesn't want to wear my socks.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to wear anyone else's socks. I mean, even
Well,
my
you've got
wife's.
feet problems. So do I.
Yeah.
But we struggle with feet issues, I should say.
Well, I don't really have feet issues, but I don't want to wear Lori's socks.
Got the little pom-pom on the back.
Whee! Well, she probably has weighted socks, like the weighted blanket. I wouldn't be able to walk in them.
You're just standing there. What happened? I can't move. I don't know. I find some problems with this story. For one, that she's wearing his socks
And
Sometimes
rooting.
she's rooting around.
And it said rooting. It didn't say.
And was the engagement ring just laying there, or did she find a box and say, "What's this?" and open it up? Because it could have been anything. It could have been a necklace or a bracelet. We don't know. I mean, it could be a box that looks like a ring box, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's an engagement ring unless she popped it open and looked at it.
Right.
So, I don't know. I call a little bit of foul on her. I think stop rooting around. Stop rooting.
Yes.
Around.
Don't
need
no
to.
rooting.
Yeah.
Now, I'm also a big fan of not having secrets from, I don't have secrets from my wife on my phone or anything. I mean,
But gifts,
gifts. I was just going to say, but that is something different.
Yeah. Well, a personal story. So when I proposed to my wife, we did it back in 2018, and I had gotten the ring a couple months earlier in advance, obviously, and I was planning. We went on a vacation. That's where I did it, and I had kind of had a friend help me set it up, the proposal, and so she was looking away, and she had her back turned. I got down on the knee and stuff, and I never let her kind of live it down, but the very first thing she said when she turned around, she yelled, "I knew it!" I was like, so is that a yes, or are we going, what are we going with?
What are we going with here?
Yeah.
No, I knew it. That's all.
So, yeah.
No answer.
So,
Well, that's just the start of the relationship, and it never stops for the rest of your life of being married.
I knew it.
Your
I
wife
knew
knows
it.
everything. You'll never get away with another
Yeah.
thing in your life.
yep.
Yeah. I mean, when I bring Lori home those pins with her name on them,
She's shocked.
I've got to make sure and hide those really well.
Because you want that surprised look on her
That's
face.
right. I don't want her rooting around my sock drawer and finding them.
Well, and I also came out to find that my wife had basically, somehow, she had known every step of the way, like months in advance on what I was doing. So, like, when
She's
I
probably
asked...
feeding your friend the information. Haven't
It
you?
sounded like they had a mole somewhere
Well,
in your group.
It wasn't... I don't think you could track the whole thing with one mole, but...
Oh, we have multiple moles.
Well, women, they got
There was some sense going on.
a
or
vast
something.
network
Yeah.
Yes.
of spies and different
But
things to find out.
When I
stuff.
asked for Greg and Lori's blessing, somehow she was able to put together that exact weekend of when I would ask them for their blessing. And I still could
Well,
never
then what
quite
of them?
figure that out.
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe they gave
what's
you
going
up.
on here?
Well, it wouldn't be me.
Well, no, I'm not just...
That's so did Greg. Did you just throw Lori under the bus?
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying it wasn't
No.
me.
And I wasn't trying to throw either of them under the bus. I was just saying, somehow, it's like, I don't know. The whole timeline, my wife was able to piece together. But I don't think there was any rooting going on.
They're very
either. So
perceptive
I don't know.
that way.
Yeah. But I don't think there was rooting, I guess, either way.
I remember one time as a little bitty kid, my brother and I don't even remember what the gift was. I mean, we were young, but we looked under my mom and dad's bed around Christmas time or getting close, and we found a gift. And my mom found out that we found it. She took it back. She's like, nope. And I've learned. I never looked again. I'm like, I don't want to know. I want nothing to do with this. We were devastated. We were like, no, please. She goes, no, you've ruined it. You shouldn't be looking. You shouldn't go snooping around in mom and dad's bedroom. You don't need to be in there.
So
we got
did
in
you-
trouble for that, and then we got in trouble for finding
Did you know what the gift was, or just the presence of the gift? Just that it was there.
We saw what it was. They weren't
Oh, okay.
wrapped. So we
How
I
did
got
she
you.
find
I
out
got
you knew?
because we were like 7 and 4, so I don't
couldn't
think
cover it.
we didn't hide our tracks very well.
Yeah.
My brother probably gave us up. He would do that sometimes. So, but I never have been a fan of. I don't try to find out surprises or gifts.
I like surprises, so
like
I
'em.
do not want to know. I will go out of my way not to find out.
I got a story I'm gonna tell on my wife. I've told it before. So after we got married, our 1-year anniversary was coming up, and I was trying to surprise her. I was trying to plan a trip. Thought, well, we're gonna go away for the weekend to St. Louis. I got us a hotel downtown. Thought we'll just go downtown and we'll just spend the weekend down in St. Louis and go to the Union Station, because this was in the early '90s. So downtown St. Louis was still kind of popping. They had shopping and restaurants.
And they weren't gunshots either.
No, they were not.
Oh, those were the same pops?
No, not like it is now.
Okay.
It's still exciting, but in a different way. And she kept asking me, she goes, what are we doing? Are we doing something for our anniversary? I said, I don't know. Well, what are we doing? Tell me. Because she can't stand not to know. She can't stand it if I know something and she doesn't. That drives her nuts. And she would ask me, and I just got tired of it. I'm like, listen, do you want to know? Yeah. I said, because I will tell you everything we're going to do if you want to know. No, I don't want to know. And she did this again. She would ask me, okay, tell me. No, don't. Are we doing something? We're doing something, aren't we? And I told her one day finally, where I said, if you ask me one more time what we're doing, I am going to tell you the entire plan, all of it. I'm going to give you everything I've got planned. Don't do that. Don't do that. I said, if you ask me again, like 2 days later, she said, what are we doing on our anniversary? And I told her everything, and she sat and she bawled. She just burst out in tears. I felt bad. I said, I told you. Why did you do that? I said, you asked me. I said, if you ask me again. I said, if you ask me again, don't ask me again unless you want to know. Because if you ask me one more time, I'm just going to tell you because I'm going to assume it's driving you nuts and you want to know. I didn't want to know. I'm like, well, now you know what we're doing. I've ruined our anniversary. It's fine. It's fine. But so I still plan surprises once in a while. But yeah, she doesn't. She ruined another. I forgot about this. I was doing like a surprise 40th birthday for her. Well, my phone got a text. So she picked it up and I said, why would you read a text on my phone? Especially around your birthday. We're coming close to your birthday. Why would you do that? I don't know. She was crying again. I ruined the surprise. I'm like, I didn't think you were planning anything. I said, why would you look? Why? I wouldn't do that. I would not pick your phone up and look at the text. So, yeah. She ruined two things. But that was it for us. So
yeah.
I don't know
that we've really, like I said, I like surprises, so I'm never trying to find anything, never trying to, and I can't really, Lori doesn't either. Well, as many gifts I've gotten her have gone south.
She doesn't want to know. She doesn't remind you. Maybe Greg will forget it's my birthday. Yeah. Oh, I hope he forgot.
Oh, I feel bad, but no, I don't want to know. But it's funny. I mean, I'm to the point where, like, even when we had our first baby, she wanted to find out what the baby's sex was. I did not want to find out.
No, I didn't want to know either.
And we're like getting ready to go to one of the appointments. And the doctor's like, "Oh, I can tell you what it is. Do you want to know?" I'm like, "No." And Lori's like, "I kind of do." I'm like, "I don't want to know." And she goes, "Well, you can go out of the room." I'm like, "Oh, that's great. Why are you buying pink stuff? Or why are you buying blue stuff?" Or, it's like, she goes, "Well, I won't tell you." And it's like, how are you going to keep this a secret from me from, when you're buying stuff for the baby? And so I said, okay, go ahead. And so we found out. But with Courtney, we did not find out, I don't believe.
We didn't find out with my son. So they asked, "You want to know the sex?" Nope. Doesn't matter. Just going to go with a big surprise. Yay.
Yeah.
You guys didn't use like fireworks displays and catch forests on fire?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Kill somebody.
Misha didn't say, "Yeah, I want to know." No, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Well, tell me.
That's what she, yeah, it would not be done.
So no, I haven't done that.
Good. Anything else before I move on?
Did you shake Christmas presents as a kid? Like under the tree?
We weren't allowed to. Now we did, like when Mom and Dad weren't home, we'd kind of pick them up, see if something was heavy or light, move them around.
Break them.
We had to put them back right where you had to remember how you got them out because my mom would know.
She's got a chalk outline on the ground.
She did. She knew where things were, how they were laid, and what they were. Because a lot of times she wouldn't put names on the packages. She would just know because they're wrapped in different paper. So she would know, and she had some kind of code. This paper was for this person. This paper was for this person. So you had to be very careful when you pick stuff up. It wouldn't say to Doug, to Chris, to Ron, or whoever. It would just, you're like, So you kind of pick it up like, I don't know. That's a heavy one.
There's like wrapping paper. You touch it from the fingerprints and it just shows the fingerprints.
She gets the black light out and walking around.
So, yeah, you had to be careful. You had to put them back where they went.
See, with our kids, what we did is when we would wrap their present, we would give each present a number, and then we would put that number on the gift. So they would never know whose is whose. They would just, oh, that's number 3. I don't know whose that is.
Yeah, our parents.
And you would just tell them.
Sneaky.
One was for our favorite, and that changes every year. So this is our ranking system. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, 1, 2. Oh.
So 1, you may be 1 this year, but next year you could slide to 2 or 3. So we don't know who's going to be in there.
Yeah.
So
we would shake them occasionally, but I think my parents thought it was funny. It'd be like, I think it was just more entertaining for them to like watch our little kid brains try to like think about what this could be.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we did with our numbering system, it threw an extra element in there. So, Megan and Courtney would be up there well, I think this is a girl's gift. Is it yours or is it mine? And they'd be shaking on it or whatever. And so then Christmas morning, we would just say, okay, Nick, grab number 2. And he'd go over and grab number 2. Courtney, grab number 8, or whatever. So it kept the element of surprise.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before I heard this on the radio today, and I thought that's an interesting question. So I'm going to bring this one up. It says, how long do you have to date someone before you're expected to buy them a Christmas gift? We're coming to that season. So like how many months? Let's say you start dating at the end of October or beginning of November. Are you expected to buy them a Christmas gift that soon?
Well, let's see. I started dating Lori in 1980. I probably should get her. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would start at least.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, I don't think, to get a Christmas gift that early. But
how early?
Even if, like what Doug said, if you were just dating a couple months at most. But I mean, that being said, if you're doing that, I wouldn't expect a huge gift, right? Like some expensive jewelry or something that early. But at a minimum, I would say realistically, anywhere from like 6 months as like the lowest to a year for sure. Like if you hit a year, you got to be going with a Christmas gift. 6 months to a year, I'd say that's kind of the floor, and that's my ceiling there. If you go over a year without a Christmas gift, that's kind of in my mind, I think that'd be you're kind of asking for trouble.
Well, so like, what if you start dating in like October?
Well, yeah.
So when you didn't get a gift this first Christmas,
yeah.
Now you got a whole nother. Well, I guess was it Christmas gift? Was that what it was?
Yeah. So if they have a birthday, I mean, you're still getting them stuff. You get them stuff on Valentine's. It's just for Christmas. How long before Christmas do you have to be dating them before they get a Christmas gift? Just within that year, I would think. Or like you said, maybe it's more.
Yeah, then maybe by the next Christmas. Because I don't know if you start if you just met and you start dating in like November. I don't know if by that first Christmas, if you would be. I think some of it has to do with age too.
And I don't think you'd have to give them something, like I said, some expensive jewelry or something, the first time for a month. But, you could do something, I think, without making a big issue out of it.
Do you have any examples? Did you ever buy a girl a gift? Or Misha, when you started dating, did you?
We started dating in April, so.
Yeah, we started in September. And I don't remember the first
We were only
Christmas.
dating for one Christmas. So we got married the next year, like the next April.
Yeah, see, we dated for.
Doug closed the deal pretty quick.
Yeah.
I had to. She couldn't keep her hands off me. Now she's going to get mad at that. She was not going to be happy that I said that. It was a joke.
Yeah, we dated for 4 years. So we had many opportunities.
Lori was 12 when you met her, so.
Not quite that young. She was young, but not quite that young.
Not saying she was young.
See, but she's still young. So.
But you got to be her homeroom a couple times for your first 2 years of marriage. You chaperoned the field trip. I'm going to have my husband chaperone our field trip for us. Oh, thank you.
No, it wasn't
Lori.
that. She was out of high school when we got married to set the record straight.
I put 6 months too. I was thinking 6 months.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Now, before then, for me personally, if I started dating my wife, let's say in October, November, even December, I would probably get a little stuffed animal or something, a little bag if she had like
pin with her name on it.
Yeah. Great. Let's run down. What have you've gotten pins with names? What else have you gotten?
I don't know. Gym club memberships.
A gym club membership.
A pencil skirt that slightly resembled one that my mom would
granny
wear.
pencil skirt. And he doesn't think that you
flowers
should have to
that I was told not to get.
He doesn't think you should have to buy a woman a Christmas gift for at least a year. Can you believe it, ladies? He is taken. He is sorry. He is taken. No, but I would say like 6 months. If you're with earlier than the 6 months, if I was earlier than the 6 months, I would probably still get a little something. But you don't know the person well enough to just go out and like, oh, this is what they really like or not. Because a lot of times that you're still not really, you're kind of guarded a little bit. You're kind of like, I'm not going to show all of my sides right now. Let's just kind of.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, we started dating. Well, we had known each other in high school and dated a little bit in high school, but before we were married, we started dating in the middle of October. So I was kind of in that time frame. I got her a mug from her favorite TV show and a little stuffed animal and one other little thing. And she made me a bear's blanket. It's
all
stuff
appropriate.
like that.
That's kind of
Yeah.
It wasn't extravagant, but it was
right. It was still kind of meaningful, and you can do that before that.
Sure.
Kind of 6 months, but
I had the same thing kind of with you, Mike.
You're dating Mike?
Yeah, and I got him a
I never knew about
fantastic
this.
gift. Well, he was
tell me.
he was digging through my sock drawer and he found it, but
Sheesh.
it was not.
I had to
got
know,
him a
but I didn't
shower
want to
beer.
know.
I got him a shower bear holder.
Cup holder. Did they have a soap tray on the side?
No, you don't want to mix.
The soap tray actually doubled as a bottle opener, so it was
Nice.
really nice.
This is
See, that is
fantastic.
thoughtful.
I cannot. Well, showers are going to be revolutionary.
No, but I knew my wife for 8 years before we dated. I mean, we'd been friends. We'd ran around and done stuff, so we knew each other pretty well before we ever started dating. So it wasn't like I just met her, didn't know her, and then started dating either. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
But I would say 6 months. That's
I'd buy that.
kind of the floor too.
Yeah.
What did you say? Did you say?
Well, no, I was just saying if you met like immediately before Christmas, there might be a precedent to wait till the next Christmas. But yeah, I mean, if you're October, I mean, like you said, little gift, here or there.
Even if I met like the week before Christmas, if I saw, I might would get something very small or like a box of candy, something small, something.
even though by
Pins
New
with their names on
Year's
it.
your heart's gonna be broken, but
Well, you know what? I didn't spend much. I'm not out much. Aim small, hit small, right? I think you're going to scare them off if you bet, and you're getting them a big diamond pendant or something. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
We just started dating.
Yeah.
Let's pull it back a little bit.
yeah.
Well, you can't bring out the personalized pens on the first Christmas.
No, you don't want to start
That's like
right off.
that's like 5-year anniversary stuff there.
Maybe I'll get her a new weighted blanket. I'll have to have them deliver it though. I can't
I was just saying, you have to be careful. You can't buy it at the store.
2-minute truck pull up. Oh, Lori's gift's here.
It'll have to be pre-wrapped and placed directly under the tree.
Yeah, and then she can carry it upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, I don't know if you had anything else. Or...
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, if you don't know what you're going to get your significant other this year, I found something that maybe you would like to get.
I saw
The Loving Puffy Bear. Or
Sounds
the Loving
great.
Bear. Yeah, it's puffybear.com. It's the Loving Bear Puffy. It's the biggest hug pillow to support your back,
Oh,
knees,
boy.
and neck. This bear is 5 foot 7 inches tall, and it's built. It's got like the body of a human. It's got feet. It's got hands with fingers, but it has a tiny. Yeah, I saw. Looks like she's doing more than hugging the bear. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little odd. It says Loving Bear Puffy is a plush figure in the shape and size of a male human body, but with the head of a half asleep bear. Half asleep.
Half asleep?
Not
Wait a
all the
second,
way.
what?
A little drowsy. Maybe he's had a couple. Maybe he's had 2 or 3 shower beers. You come in from your shower beer, he's like a little sleepy. He's laying on
Is
the
there
sofa.
some sort of Goldilocks fantasy going on here?
Maybe.
What is this?
This bear is just right. What makes Puffy unique and different from all stuffed toys is his human-shaped body. Yeah, not creepy at all. Oh my gosh. It says Puffy replaces the need for Puffy replaces the need for physical presence of a person
Yeah.
in various
Sure.
moments and situations of everyday life.
Various
Especially-
moments.
Especially
What?
during long, lonely nights.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez. he will arrive with no clothing of his own, and you get to choose how to dress him.
I don't want naked 5'7" puffy bear getting delivered by two men in a truck.
Oh my
Hold it.
gosh.
Dress him up in your favorite fabrics and colors. His size is large to extra large.
Yep.
Does he grow or what? Is he?
Probably depends on the clothing. I can wear large or extra large
True.
stuff. I'm like a real puffy bear.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
He becomes part of the family and is always at home waiting for you.
I just don't replace the need for physical presence.
He doesn't
That's
snore.
only a threat. He's always waiting for you.
Always waiting. He doesn't snore. He doesn't sweat, and he doesn't complain.
You know what?
I love this. Attention! Exclamation point. Due to Puffy's human figure and size, it will take some time to get used to him.
Oh my gosh. What the heck?
But we assure you that very soon you will get used to his presence and will only enjoy and cuddle him.
No.
That is disturbing.
No.
That is very
It's
disturbing.
got a picture of him with.
No.
I like.
No.
His head is too small.
Yeah, it is. He's kind of got
It's like a teddy bear head on
long
a.
neck.
It's like if we took Mike's body and then replaced his head with a volleyball. It's close, but it's a little off. You're like, what? What's wrong with Mike? Something's wrong with Mike. His head's a little too.
You know what? I would rather be chased and trapped by a possessed Annabelle doll than that thing coming to life.
I think so.
We got a couple reviews here.
Oh, no.
I really like the softness of the material. My kitty also
Oh no!
cuddles into it a lot.
Ah.
Stands next to him, next to his hand, and starts purring.
This is wrong on 18
This is just
different levels.
so sad.
That was the only. It said review. Oh no, there's another one. Okay, let's see here. The first few days, I felt a bit strange until I got used to his presence because he seems like a real person. But now I can't imagine walking in and him not being home.
Oh, just
He's out
you,
with the boy.
just you wait. One day he's not going to be where you left him,
No.
Since
and that's when you know you messed up.
Puffy left me.
Yeah.
Since Puffy has been with me, I fall asleep much easier and faster. I love its softness and the senses of security it gives me. And last one. I've always been afraid of the dark.
And now I'm terrified of it.
But since he's been in my bedroom, I feel like I've stopped being afraid. And the noises outside don't startle me. I just snuggle into it and fall asleep without problems.
Oh my.
I hear the sound of breaking glass and somebody turning my doorknob. I don't worry at all.
I notice all the kitchen knives are missing, but I'm comforted.
Snuggy standing there with a handgun.
Snuggy.
Or Puffy or whatever his name is.
Oh my gosh.
I love this too because at the very end here it tells the benefits of Puffy Bear. Okay, one, emotional support. Emotional support.
He's a great listener.
Puffy gives warmth, hugs, and peace. He significantly reduces the feeling of loneliness. You can cuddle him before falling asleep. Sleep in his arms, lie comfortably next to him on the couch, or lean against him on the floor. That was the first. Here's another benefit: comfort and peace. He becomes part of the family and is always home waiting for you.
I bet that's true.
He doesn't snore. He doesn't sweat.
I went to the Facebook page.
And he doesn't complain. He doesn't sweat. He's a stuffed animal. Is that a big problem with a lot of stuffed animals?
Boy, he's very sweaty.
Healthy hug. A healthy hug is a sure way to satisfaction, peace, and security. It has been proven that the endorphins that are released when cuddling have a positive effect on our entire being. I think when you're cuddling with a person, not an inanimate object.
Yeah.
That doesn't release my, I cuddle my pillow. I love my pillow.
He's got a poor doggy.
Oh, that's
Laying in his
so
I wonder if he'd
wrong.
get the sexy light at the car wash. He
Probably.
does. I don't. Puffy the Bear does. Great.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, that was it. I got nothing else. That was just very disturbing. My wife actually sent me this on the same day I heard about it on the radio or on a podcast. I asked her, "Oh, do you want one of these?" So
Maybe this is what I'll get Lori.
Puffy Bear.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Greg.
I hope he weighs less than the weight of blanket. How would you like to wake up and that thing's laying on you?
Strength, probably.
What happened to Greg? I was assaulted by the Puffy Bear.
Greg has to go to therapy.
He holds up the doll. Where did Puffy Bear touch you? Here, and here. And once here. What? They're eating dinner with it? Okay, people.
Puffy Bear's having dinner with.
It's so weird.
Pretty
He's got hands and fingers and then a little tiny bear head. That Puffy Bear looked like he'd been lifting weights. He was pretty barrel chested.
He's been out at the park.
Hitting the treadmill out at the park, the stationary bike, sit-ups.
Pretty soon, Puffy the Bear is going to be the subject of an AITA on a future Reddit segment.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's all I got. That is
All
disturbing.
right, I'll quit going down that rabbit hole.
That's very disturbing.
Wow.
Puffy Bear. All right. That's just weird.
I'm sorry.
A
I'm
woman
looking at
sitting there
pictures
with the
outside.
bear
I wish I
behind
could
him.
show the pictures.
The bear's behind her with it, and she's got his arms wrapped up, like coming all around her chest, and she's squeezing the bear's arms, like, like. It's
You know,
just
my
weird.
money was on the robots, but I think it's going to be on Puffy Bear when they activate the army of Puffy Bears. I think that's my
A
new
robotic
bet.
Puffy Bear.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, Greg, let's move us along here.
Well, the other day, I don't know what triggered this thought, but I was just, I don't know if I was watching TV or something, but I had this thought, what are some stupid or like maybe the most expensive thing you've bought that you didn't use? Or have you done, has there been things that you bought that were kind of maybe a little on the pricey side and didn't use it?
I've got some that are on the pricey side, and then some that aren't, that were just stupid and I didn't really use.
Didn't
And
use
some
them.
that were stupid and I used and probably shouldn't have even got.
Like,
But
yeah, I mean,
I bought a home gym. That was expensive, but it's still in my garage. I've had it for probably 25 years. I
so
used
it's
it-
like the park.
Now,
You could walk by your garage and then run in there and use it.
I did use it for a while, but then there comes a point where it sits there. Now it's just got stuff stacked on it, and I haven't used it in years.
Yeah, I would say a lot of health and fitness stuff is like that. I was thinking of bicycles. You know,
I got a bicycle.
I bought Lori one last summer, and we talked about
We rode
this a
it
little
once.
bit. The plan is it was late in the year when we bought it, so she didn't have a lot of chance to use it. But I'm hoping by spring she'll, start using it.
I know she didn't buy herself a bike.
I already had
I bought my
one.
wife a bike. Hopefully she'll use it.
I
I
already
think she
had
should get out there and get on that bike.
I already had one.
I've gotten her a gym membership, a bicycle. She doesn't use any of this stuff.
Well, I mentioned gym memberships too. I've bought gym memberships.
I have too.
Yeah.
And then never
Spent a
used
lot of
them.
money on gym memberships
Fell
for
off.
not to go.
Fell off those. Yeah.
And then Lori kind of mentioned some things that get used like maybe once that are expensive, like wedding dresses, prom dresses.
Yeah.
Use them one time, spend a fortune for them.
Now, I reuse my prom dress.
Your prom
So,
dress, your
yes.
wedding dress.
Well, Puffy has to wear something, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and this was, I hate to even say this, but like I've been given a gift. Well, I'm going to say, cause like, have you ever gotten a gift that was probably kind of pricey and you didn't like use it or? So like my oldest daughter a couple of years ago and her husband got me a car ride in a sports car and I never used it and I felt terrible about it ever since. But I got it for Christmas, and then I thought, well, I'll use it in the spring, and then spring came, and I never scheduled it, and then time rolls on, and I just never did schedule it, and so therefore I never used it. And I'm sure it wasn't cheap.
Did it expire? I mean, you can still go?
I don't even know if I don't know if it's still in business. It was kind of like,
It was one of those things I think you could have the car for an hour or something.
Yeah,
right?
a couple hours or something like that. And it was like a Nissan GTR or something like that. And it's like,
wasn't it a local thing?
Yeah, it was local.
Yeah.
And so I always felt bad about that one. So it wasn't anything that I bought that was stupid. Or
I think I was going to come over that day when I think we had the
GTR. That was the plan. So yeah, I feel bad about that one. But or like another thing we do is we buy these Home Chef meals periodically. Then you get like 3 meals, and it's like $60-$70 or something. And there's been times we've gotten all the meals and we've prepped like 2 of them and ate them, but you get a busy week and that third one sits in the fridge too long. You don't use it. Now we spent, $20 for a meal that we didn't even eat.
I've done that with food where you buy food, or we go to Costco, so you buy bulk. We get it and we put it and think, well, we're going to break down this package of meat and put it in the freezer. And then, like you said, we get busy. Maybe we're out of town. Not out of town, but we're not home for 2 or 3 nights in a row. And you just forget about it. And pretty soon you look in the fridge like 5-6 days later, you're like, oh, crap. I just blew $40 worth of meat there now.
Yeah.
It's like, that's irritating.
Yeah.
Try not to let that happen. But
really, honestly, Lori and I, we don't buy a whole lot of stuff, like I would say expensive stuff that we wouldn't use. But I was thinking about like, all the like Kmart's around here that went out of business, they've turned them into U-Haul facilities now. And I'm thinking, these places are huge. Who is storing, what are they buying and storing in these giant U-Haul?
Puffy bears.
Kind of
full of them.
Floors of puffy bears.
You can't lock those things up tight enough, honestly.
You can't bury
monogram pens and pencils.
Yeah.
And who knows?
A storage bin full of it, a storage utility. But people are definitely buying stuff and not using it because they're, you got these huge storage facilities all over town that are full of junk, and and you're paying now $30, $40, $50 a month to store your junk that you didn't need.
It's crazy.
But I don't know. I was just I know there's through my life, I know there's been stupid things I've bought that I didn't use. I was hoping when I thought of this question, there would be a reminder of some big stupid thing that I bought, but nothing ever did come to mind.
I've got a few things. One was the first thing I thought of when I saw the question was, I think I was in maybe third or fourth grade. My parents had gotten me. It was a pretty powerful little souped up like crotch rocket, Uh-huh. My parents have like 3 acres anyway, so they had plenty of land that I could ride around on. That was a birthday gift. So I didn't buy it, but as a kid I was like, man, this is awesome. I used it 3 times before I outgrew it. And I was like, but part of that I couldn't ride without my dad's supervision, and it would kind of line up with weather, and he was only home 2 days out of the week.
Right.
So it's just like, before I outgrew it, I only used it 3 times. So that one kind of stunk. But one of the things I bought when I, would make an allowance and work like lawn jobs, mowing and, raking leaves, all that stuff, you do when you're younger before you can get an actual job.
Yep.
I did one of those. I saved up for a speaker, and it was like a CD speaker. You could do all these radio stations, remote controlled lights. It was good quality. I saved up maybe like $100 or so bucks, whatever, in allowance and, earning money, whatever, as a kid. It's not chump change, when you're doing those kind of jobs. Bought that. And a couple months later, I got an iPod for Christmas, and it had no functionality, no dock, no aux, nothing in the speaker. So as soon as I got the iPod, yep, there goes the speaker. And then the other thing was I bought myself a guitar. I'm like, man, I'm gonna learn guitar. This is gonna be great. No, that didn't happen. So the motivation on that one died out pretty quick too.
Yeah.
So those were the ones that kind of,
those are good examples. Yeah.
In high school, in high school. I bought a bunch of stupid stuff in high school, just worthless. Had money, and no responsibility. So I bought a Stetson cowboy hat. Because the cowboy hats and dusters, and I wanted a duster real bad. I also bought a pair of snakeskin boots.
And did you not wear these things?
The hat, not so much. It was kind of an impulse buy. Saw it with friends. We all bought cowboy hats. It was like $50 cowboy hat in 1987. So no. Now the snakeskin boots, I wore that a lot. So I still have the snakeskin boots. As a matter of fact, they're not comfortable. They hurt your feet. They kill me. I wore them all the time. And probably the dumbest, most useless thing I bought, which was not cheap, and I put it in. I used it, but I had a musical horn. I put in my car, and I used it a lot. I would use it during school, get out of school or at lunch, and it played like 35 songs. It would play Christmas songs.
You were one of those people.
I was. They would play da 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 da, and of course it would do the Dixie with the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep.
Yep. Da, 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 da. And then the Christmas songs. It would play Happy Birthday. I did all of them. So, and then one day I was driving around and I hit the button to play something and I just saw smoke going following the wire up my dash into the hood. And it went, I had to pull over, open it up, and rip the wires out real quick. Like, crap!
There goes your horn.
My musical horn! Yeah. So, it was gone. It was a complete waste, but I did use it.
Well, something that I kind of was in the same boat and I thought of there, that as Doug was talking, something I got actually a decent amount of use out of, but it fell off pretty quick was, I did a lot of airsofting and paintball in like junior high and high school.
Yep.
So I mean, those things are not cheap hobbies. You got to have the gear, the guns, then ammo goes pretty quick. But I mean, it was a great time getting with friends, and we actually got out there quite a bit. So it wasn't like we didn't use it, but as soon as high school was over and we all went to college, that was the last
done.
of that. Never, that has not seen the light of day in a very long time.
Yeah.
But instead of trying to sell it or whatever, it just sits there. I still have it all.
Yeah.
But not that I'm ever going to use it again.
Excuse me. Courtney will wake up some night, Mike stand there.
I figured she'd come in the house. He takes off running.
Hit.
You got a couple dogs you can chase around with it too.
Well, I'm not going to shoot my dogs.
When we were joking about his wife, that was one thing. That's fine. But like, you got dogs. I don't shoot my dogs.
I'm not going to shoot my wife either.
Well, there wasn't quite a bit of
there wasn't
pushback,
no.
But the dogs was the tipping point.
Well, if anything,
that is true.
How many years must you be married before you push back about shooting your wife with an airsoft gun? The over-under was like 2.5. Mike's...
And now for the dogs.
6
months.
The only thing I'm strapping up now for is to chase out puffy bears. When they show up. That's the one thing I'm strapping up for.
I don't think I want to use puffy bear and strap up in the same sentence. That's me. That's just me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want any confusion going on or anything like that. Because when you look at puffy bear, that's what I'm worried about right there already. That's just... I think we need to shoot Puffy Bear. I think he needs to be taken out back and shot.
Thanks to Doug for ruining the context of that. So.
I ruined Puffy Bear?
No, oh my gosh. This is getting terrible.
No, I agree with you. Let's strap it up and let's put Puffy Bear in the ground.
Yes, that's what I'm going.
Yeah, I know.
Poor Puffy Bear.
I don't feel sorry for Puffy Bear. No one else will once we put the picture of him out there.
Oh, I know. It is pretty disgusting.
He has a smug little look on his face. You just wipe that smug look right off there.
Yep. I know there was one other thing in high school. It would always be, I always liked trying to come up with business ideas and things like that. And
what? Oh, no.
True. And I was, in a magazine, you'd see them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Order this list or to buy government seized cars and things like that.
Or property auctions and
and it's like, and I was probably, at that point, I probably had a paper route and was detasseling. So I wasn't making a lot. Like Mike's talking about, I wasn't making a lot of money, but I'd saved up a little bit. So, it was like, I don't know if it was $25 or $50, but I signed up, sent it in, and I get back a yellow envelope with like this list of like auctions around the country or something. I mean, it was worthless. It was like, this is no good. And it's like stupid. So yeah, I've had my share.
So that's how you got your vast wealth.
Yeah. Flipping. Cars, from government auctions.
Yeah.
Anything else before we move on?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, I got a couple of quick stories, and then I want to talk about a lady who had a problem at Starbucks. So,
okay.
Over the weekend,
they wouldn't serve Puffy Bear.
They would not.
No. Only a
Maybe
matter
they
of time.
overserved him.
Yeah. Only a matter of time.
Over the weekend, okay, get ready. I stopped at McDonald's.
What? Yeah.
On Sunday morning, my wife and I stopped to get an iced tea because I wanted an iced tea. So I go in. It's 2 large drinks. We got them. They have the 2 tea containers there. I pull because the way I usually do it is I get ice and I get 3/4 unsweet tea and just a little sweet tea. So I hit both of them. Amazingly, both have tea in them because I've had that happen
which is
before.
very unusual.
You flip it down, there's nothing. So I do that and I take a sip and it's like, it's all unsweet, which is fine. I can drink unsweet tea. I like a little bit of sweet in it, but I can do unsweet. So I wasn't sure because sometimes maybe the sweet tea sometimes it's real sweet, sometimes it's not as much. So I just dumped it all and I just put just a little bit of the sweet tea and took a sip and it's just all unsweet. So I said, okay. So then I filled the ice up, put 3/4 glass of unsweet tea, and I took it up front and I said, yeah, your sweet tea out here is just unsweet tea, and I just can you just fill this up with the rest of sweet tea?
No.
Well, the gal behind the counter who looked like to be about 14 looked at me and says, yeah, our sweet tea's not sweet today. I said,
Today?
I said, excuse me? Our sweet tea's not sweet today. I'm like,
so why?
So you don't have sweet tea.
But you put it in the sweet tea container.
That's it. That is what I'm like, are you, just put the unsweet one out there. Or, here's a novel idea. Get a freaking piece of paper and put unsweet or no sweet tea. Then I just filled it up and left. Like, I can drink it that way, but why are you doing this? Yeah. Our sweet tea's not sweet today.
Or better yet, run down to Walmart and grab a bag of sugar.
I don't know how. She's like, well, you can put sweetener in it yourself. I said, forget it. So we left. We went on down. After we left there, we thought, let's get a breakfast sandwich real quick. So we thought Hardee's, because, real quick and Hardee's, they go together.
Because you weren't mad enough already at yourself for
well, we pulled into
stopping
Hardee's,
McDonald's.
and there was a few cars in the parking lot, and there was about 4, could have been 5, it was hard to tell because it kind of wrapped around, cars in the drive-thru. Not a good sign for the drive-thru, because if you're the only car in a Hardee's drive-thru,
yeah,
10 minutes. I mean, now you're looking at 10.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So my wife's like, well, let's just go inside. I said, okay. So I parked. We go inside. There's an older woman kind of off to the side. There's a couple at the counter. There's an old man who came in right in front of us, and then us. And so we asked the old lady, like, ma'am, are you? Oh, I've already ordered. Okay. The couple that were just finishing, the old man walks up there, and he's like, I'll take a coffee and just a sausage biscuit. I was like, okay, boom. So we're getting through pretty quick. Like, oh, this is going pretty good. We get up there. My wife and I both order a croissant. Sausage croissant, ham croissant. Okay. She calls that in. She's back. So she goes back. It looks like there's 3 people working. So she goes back there and does that. And she comes out. She's shaking her head. I'm like, oh, that's it. But she goes into the lobby. Now, this Hardee's, it has kind of a little lobby on both sides, a little bitty like entranceway where it's so you can go out on the left or the right. You know? She goes out when she comes out of the place, she goes to the right, goes out the door, and locks it. And she comes around and she goes, she's looking at me and talking. She goes, yeah, we just can't keep up with this rush. I'm locking these doors. If somebody knocks and wants in, don't let them in. I said, what? What's going on? What's happening? She went out. She locked the door. She said, Yeah, we can't keep up the rush. I counted. There were 12 people, counting myself and my wife, inside. And we got ours to go. She makes an announcement. Excuse me, everybody. We had to lock the doors because we can't keep up with this. So if anyone comes to the doors or when you guys leave, do not let anybody else in. And I'm like, what? I'm not the door police.
You're the bouncer.
Somebody pulled up. They went to the door. They went around the other side, went to the door. I'm getting ready to leave.
Doug's standing there.
I did. I felt like Seinfeld. I was like, I can't.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. I went to go out and the lady's like, what is going on in there? I'm like, they locked the door.
Someone wants in.
They said they're not serving anybody else in there. And she looked at me and said, I don't work here. I just ordered, and she came and locked the door and made this announcement. I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They had a little kid with it. It's 3 little kids. And the little boy said, what is going on? I said, I don't know.
We would all like to know.
I agree with you. This is ridiculous. But I have never seen that. I've never worked for a place where the manager was there. She was the one telling. I've worked fast food.
Oh, I did too.
They will let anybody.
Hardee's, I did.
They will let anybody, if they came in, doesn't matter. If you could show up at 9:59, we closed at 10. Nope. Guess what, everybody? We're staying open late tonight.
Yep.
We
start throwing food on the grill, man.
Yeah. We've had buses of people show up like less than an hour before close.
We did that as well.
It's business. You're not turning away business.
Nope.
Oh, they are.
12 people inside and 4 cars in the drive-thru. Hardee's is swamped. We're shutting it down. Can't handle it. It's too much.
What would they do if a bus did pull up?
Probably kill themselves. Very carry. Managers hanging from the rafter. I don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It probably would just leave.
That was the most awkward thing I've ever had happen to me at a restaurant.
That's bad.
Especially because she's talking to me. Don't let anybody in. I'm like, what? What's happening?
Didn't realize I just got a job here.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Doors.
I'm like, what? First, I'm like, is there somebody with a gun outside, or what's going on?
This is the next progression in the Walmart self-checkout.
I will have to go and cook my food.
You're the door bouncer at the Hardee's.
Yeah,
next.
Great.
Here, put this orange vest on.
Great. That's fantastic.
Pretty soon, McDonald's will have you out in the drive-thru, blocking off one of the drive-thru lanes.
Greg comes in. Can you put this pallet out on the second drive-thru? All right. Drags it out.
They had the pallet today. I drove by there and saw it. The pallet was out.
Oh, my God.
Doing its job.
It's so stupid.
Blocking off that lane.
All right.
And like Culver's in Morton, I noticed tonight.
Yeah.
They've gone to all the trouble to build a nice new second station for the drive. And it's off. It's not. Nobody's in there.
Well, that was for COVID. They built like a little. Well, they didn't build it, but they put out one of those little like sheds,
little kiosk shed thing.
Yeah.
Well, no. Now they've built a whole new thing on.
It's like they permanently placed the
and
the
they
COVID
moved
shed.
the cashier out there. To where you place the order.
Which I always thought that was kind of weird too.
Yeah, but now it's like. You got a line of cars and the second one's not open. It's like, why did you go to the expense of building this if you're not going to man it? I mean, and so now you place your order and then they say, okay, pull up to and you pay him and they say, pull up to the next window to get your drink. So I pull up next window to get my drink and that person sticks a thing on my mirror and says, all right, pull over there and we'll bring your food out to you.
It's an interactive experience.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure when you go to the
fast food places.
Place.
Yeah.
Door bouncer.
Terrible. Yeah, the Hardee's one that was completely new.
Wow.
I never would have thought that would have happened.
Crazy.
Wow.
But that was my experience. So
that would break. I think I was like, I'm done after this. Like,
well, I'd already ordered and paid.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
so how long did you wait for your food?
It wasn't bad. It was probably like 7 minutes.
Okay, well that's not. Yeah, I thought maybe
now,
with the panic it'd be like
they had
20
burnt
minutes.
the crap out of my croissant. I mean, it was almost unedible. I had to tear some of it off. So, and while we were there, the manager was in the back. She goes, "Well, if we run out of biscuits, I guess we'll just start fixing lunch." I was like, "There's nobody." I don't know if she's yelling to the people out here.
Is that a threat? We're gonna fix lunch.
And the kid brought our bag out of food. He just kind of sauntering. None of them were like running around like, let's get going. It's kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
And maybe if I
Just lock the doors.
If the doors are locked, who's coming in? Yeah. Catch up.
Someone's coming to the door. Hide!
Turn the lights off. Maybe they won't think we're home. Maybe that's what it was.
The open sign. Shut that off.
I'll bring Puffy Bear in there and he'll take care of business.
That's right.
Yeah, he closes that place down.
They may give him a shift. He's working the register.
If I see that, I'm out.
I'm out as well. That's scary. That might be more terrifying to me than feet. I don't know. I think it's like you have to massage somebody's feet or snuggle Puffy Bear for the night. Like, oh man, which would you rather?
Give me the massage. Oh, no. Give me the massage lotion.
I'll work those bunions.
Let's get this over with.
I don't want to snuggle. Puffy Bear.
You're going to have to be alone with Puffy Bear in the pitch black
for
all
the night.
Yep. No.
Yep. I'm massaging.
You're in a cabin somewhere.
I'm massaging a stranger's foot.
Yeah.
We're out. Oh my gosh. All right. Last thing. This woman took to TikTok, of course, to make a complaint. She went to Starbucks.
Because that's what you do.
She went to Starbucks and was behind someone at Starbucks who had ordered 38 drinks. She waited over 25 minutes.
What would the price of that be?
She waited over 25 minutes at Starbucks and was late to her doctor's appointment because of this. So she said here that the people had ordered she filmed the counter. It was full of frappuccinos and coffees. She was late to the doctor's appointment. Said the baristas were still making more, and they have a picture of just drink carriers with coffees and frappuccinos and everything. Says they were doing their best, but my drink took 25 minutes. And her video got over 1 million views, and so she was griping about this. Now I got a couple of ways to go with this particular story. First, in my opinion, I don't know where you guys stand, but if you're the one person, I cannot stand the person that walks in and they're ordering for like the entire crew at the construction site. And I've just got, so you see one person, you're like, oh, this isn't bad.
Yeah, it's one person.
I just want to get my large drink and whatever. And he whips out a
phone.
notebook.
Yeah.
Or a phone. I guess I'm showing my age.
And he starts reading an order off
or
of it.
I've seen other people do that where they're doing it for the office in the morning. All right, I need 3 coffees, this, blah, blah, 4. I was like, oh, jeez, I'm never going to get done. I can't stand that. My second thought was, as much as this woman is griping about this, she is making people back up at the doctor's office because she wanted her stupid coffee before she went to the doctor's. Why would you wait? Wouldn't you just say, I got to go to the doctor. I just got to go. I'm just going to forgo my drink. Or, I don't know, go to the doctor, then go get your coffee.
Yeah, that was my initial thought. I mean,
so I put more of this on her. She's the idiot, my opinion.
Well, yeah, you can't really do anything about the person ordering 40 drinks.
No,
you're not going to be able to change that.
Yeah.
So if you see
but
that,
don't be that person.
If you see it when it happens, you walk in, you know what's happening. Just save yourself the time.
Yeah.
Come back later.
Yeah.
Or don't come back.
Or go
at
to
all.
a different place. I mean,
yeah.
But
it's a Starbucks. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, you go five miles down the road, there's another one.
Yeah. But yeah, she's going to mess up this doctor's appointment because the doctor's appointments are already.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, you can be the very first one and you're 10 minutes late for some reason. Wow. How are we already behind? I'm the first appointment. How is he not here ready to see me at 7 if I got here at 7? Yeah. And now she's late, so they got to push everyone else back. Or just, if I was a doctor, I'd be like, no, you can go at the end of the day. Yep. I had an 11 o'clock appointment. Yeah, well, it's 11:30.
Yeah, you're
sorry.
Too bad. So sad.
We can reschedule you for like 3 weeks, or you can go to the end of the day. Yeah. That's just my opinion, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I've had to get food for like our service meeting at work. And you're talking 5 people or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll get a little extra for, gals in the office or something. And I've gotten like McDonald's before. And I've always just called ahead and made my order on the phone. I got there, they had it ready.
I picked up for the
which
office.
I know is a risk at McDonald's, but
I picked up for the office, but I went to Chick-fil-A And I just drove right up to the drive-through, and I just told them, I said, I've got an order, and it's like 6 sandwiches is all.
Yeah.
And I'll do that, and they just pull up. I pull right up. I pay, and they say, can you please just pull out to the front? And I just pull right out the front. It's not any different.
You say 6 sandwiches and like, piece of cake.
Yeah. I mean, I do wait a few minutes because I got to pull up to the parking lot a lot of times and park.
Yeah.
But I mean, they get me in and out real quick. I don't put anybody behind, so. All right. I don't know. Do you have anything else? That was the last thing.
No, I think that's all I've got.
All right. Well, that'll wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to the show. We do appreciate it, and we appreciate you. If you like the show, give us a 5-star rating. Give us a review. Hit the share button. Put it out there. Help us get the podcast out there. Numbers have been pretty good the last few months. And
we'll even take a 4.5 star.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to lower our expectations too
That's
low.
right.
We have high standards.
That's a little. I don't want to be greedy with the 5s.
We demand 5-star reviews.
Yes, we do. And also check out our YouTube channel. We put out product tests. We're going to have a doozy. Well, we might have already had it when you hear this.
Time you hear this,
hopefully
you will already have.
Hopefully we're still going after we have to eat this disgusting thing. But that's a whole nother thing. So,
yes.
We're moving into December. We're going to try to start doing a lot more Christmas stuff. Try to have a little fun for the holiday seasons, and relax.
See if we can spoil some Christmas gifts.
Spoil some of your Christmas gifts.
So write us in and tell us what you got.
Maybe stuff your stockings. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But we do appreciate you listening. We hope you're tuning in 7 days. And until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.